Street side from Life South Community Blood Center on Silver Springs Boulevard.
This year, the theme is Home for the Holidays.
And we'll be celebrating our home, Ocala.
As on-air personalities you hear every day on The Source.
Usher in the holiday season with this award-winning parade.
The parade begins at 5:30 p.m.
So tune in and stop by to say hello to your friends.
From WOCA, The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of my best friends when I was a kid, Robin, named Robert, his father owned a deli. His mom and dad owned a deli, I should say. They both owned a deli. In fact, his home was attached to the deli. The front part of the building was the deli. The back part was their home. And I used to go over to visit him, and I could walk through the deli, and there was an entrance through there at the back of the deli, or I could walk through the back of the building and knock on that door when I was just a kid, you know. And when we got to be of age where we started to look for jobs, you know, everybody was filling in applications, and Robert just worked at the deli.
Right.
I remember thinking, how cool is that? Wow, you don't really got to get anybody to approve anything. You just got to work for Dad, and he did. He worked for Dad, and it was always was really good at it. I mean, looking at it now, some 50-something years later, I can look back and say, wow, I don't know that I would have been as good of an employee for my dad as he was for his dad. I would like to think so, but
you probably would have.
We work for a family business right here. The Martone family owns WOCA, as most of you know, and they do it really well. And I'm not kissing up to them. I'm just telling you, I've noticed that, and they all have their defined roles. They all know what each person does. I'm not so sure what I'm supposed to do. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. But anyway, we have a guy on the phone who wants to give advice to those who have home or family businesses, I guess you should say. Henry Hutcheson has written this very insightful book, Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business, How to Successfully Navigate Family Business Conflict and Transition. That's got to be the hardest part, the transition. And let's see, he's also the president of Family Business USA. He's a public speaker, which is obvious, I guess you would say. Well, not obvious. Not all authors are. Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business. Henry Hutcheson. Good morning, Henry.
Thanks, Larry. It's good to be here. Good morning.
Where are you?
I'm in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, I love that area. How's the weather right now?
It's raining cats and dogs, unfortunately, but hey.
Yeah, I think it's the whole East Coast. So are you in a family business?
Well, I am not at the moment, but the reason why I wrote the book was because I grew up just like you discussed your friend when you were growing up. I grew up in my family's business, and my first jobs were with my family's business, like you said. So we kind of saw the good, the bad, and the ugly, and, that's kind of why I wrote the book and why I try to help family businesses around the country.
I don't even know how to ask this question, but is there a noticeable difference in something that should be understood if you're going into business and then you decide, like, let's say when your dad was younger, did your dad start the business?
No, my grandfather
did.
Oh, your
grandfather.
I should probably mention my grandfather was Olin Mills, and Olin Mills was the largest portrait studio company around the country.
Oh, my goodness.
30s or 40s, yeah.
So it's not some little deli like I was describing. I mean,
no, not at all.
Olin Mills is worldwide.
At one point it reached $400-something million in revenue at one point.
Wow. And you don't do that any longer?
Well, it's unfortunate, and it's one of the things I help my clients through, and I discuss in the book, is that, sometimes the industry that you're in is just not meant to go forward. And the fact of the matter is, you and Robin and all your listeners have cell phones in their hands right now with a camera on it, and the need and the desire to get up and go to a studio and get a picture taken has just declined astronomically.
I see.
The industry has been consolidated a lot.
So that brings up an interesting question. Let me compare two businesses, one that's not a family business and one that is. The one that's not, if the mindset of the elder founder of the business is no longer working. The younger people might say, the CEO who's, approaching 90 now, we love him and everything, but we need to ask him to step down and let somebody younger make some decisions because times have changed and he's still living in his era. You can't do that with Grandpa.
No.
Right?
Right. Well, with a family business, there's three elements. There's the family and the business and the ownership, right? So you've got Grandpa in a family business running the business. He's part of the family, part of the business. But one day he's not going to be here anymore, and if he owns this thing, it will pass down to somebody in some way, shape, or form.
That's true, yes.
That's the difference with a non-family business is if the owner does pass away, it will go to his family, and heck, his family may know nothing at all about the business because they're not in it.
Oh, so my goodness. That is true. Are there any examples of that we would be familiar with?
With a family business or a non-family business?
With the non-family, where somebody took over and had no clue what to do.
It happens every day of the week, honestly speaking. What psychologically people just get, I run the business, and this is how I make my living, and this is who I am, and they tend to hang on for a long time. Depends on how much wealth is generated, but a lot of times, and the smart thing to do is sell the business to somebody that your competitor or something, or sell it to an employee over time.
In order for the book to be successful, I'm guessing that it addresses the delis and the little lumber yards and the taxi cab service that is owned by 3 or 4 people in the family, right? As well as the big, gigantic Olin Mills companies?
Well, that's interesting that you asked that question, Larry. The number of zeros on your revenue line are really irrelevant. If you're a family business, you've got dad, mom, brothers, sisters, kids, cousins, in-laws, so on and so forth. It can be a $1 million business. It can be a $100 million business. All the issues are the same.
How do you keep?
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. Yeah.
How do you keep families from clashing?
It's funny. Larry mentioned it at the very beginning. In the book, I go into great detail. The number one thing is communication. And that sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it really isn't. And the reason why is this. With a family business, families are designed for unconditional love. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I want to help you. I want to support you. Business is about making money. We've got to do those things in order to make sure that we're profitable and competing in the marketplace and so on and so forth. Those two things don't necessarily match up. So who wants to tell their dad, hey, Dad, I think you're aging out, and I think it's time for you to start kind of stepping down and taking a new role.
Yeah, right.
Who wants to tell their son or daughter, hey, you didn't do that exactly right. You need to do this differently next time, but I need to say that in a manner that doesn't hurt your feelings. But a lot of times you just don't say it at all. You just say, hey, good job, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Your feelings get hurt, and then your daughter tells mom, and mom comes and yells at dad, and the whole mess.
Yeah.
Communication is the key. Opening up that door and having regular communication.
Do you know another one that I would feel uncomfortable with if I was the dad, let's say, and there were 2 sons, or a son and a daughter, or more than 2? I mean, what do you do? I mean, when you say, okay, I'm ready to wrap this thing up and I want to give it to you, do you give it to both of them? Do you slight one? Do you actually give it thought the same way you would? I mean, do you give it a business decision thought, or do you give it a family decision thought?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good segue from the communication piece. 9 times out of 10, when you have kids in the business, it will become clear who's really the best fit for, quote-unquote, leading or coordinating the rest of the family members. And it doesn't mean that they're the smartest or the brightest or the best at a certain function. Who is it that everybody can look to and have confidence in going forward as a leader of the business?
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable because everybody kind of wants that role, maybe. But if you have good communication, you can make all of that happen much more easily.
Henry Hutcheson is on the phone. If you have a family business, you'll be wanting to know more about this book. It's called Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business. We need to take a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. A safe boating is no accident. A flood watch is in effect until noon. Cloudy this morning with periods of rain and some thunder. Watch for localized flooding. Mostly cloudy, windy, and turning cooler this afternoon with a high between 68 in the north to 74 in the south. Clearing and colder tonight, low 38 at a few inland spots, 45 at the coast. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, will be mostly sunny with highs in the 60s to near 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
This year, thanks to the efforts of the Bad Gift Givers Anonymous Association for the Givers of Bad Gifts, better known as the BGGA, the ratio of bad gift giving has been drastically reduced since our last commercial. But there is still much work to be done, and we need your help. Ties and sweaters just won't do this year. Join the thousands, nay, hundreds of thousands of smart people who said enough is enough and went to Ocala Aviation, where they purchased the gift above all other gifts, the present that soars above all other presents, the one that makes your friends jealous that they didn't think of it first. That's right, I'm talking about a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Whatever bad gift you were thinking of, stop. We're here to help. Let us convert that bad idea into a great one. For only $99, you can give the gift of flight, a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Call today. It's not too late. 861-7484. That's 861-7484.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're talking about family businesses. We're talking about a book called Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business, How to Successfully Navigate Family Business Conflict and Transition. The author of the book is on the phone up in Chapel Hill, did he say?
Yes.
Chapel Hill. Henry Hutcheson is his name, and let's say good morning again to Henry. You know, Henry, during the break, I was thinking about a type of a business, and I know this is probably not relatable to most people, but in showbiz, there are some showbiz family businesses like the Osmond brothers, for example, the Jackson brothers and sister. And the Osmonds had a sister too, didn't they?
Yeah, Jackson's had more than one sister.
But can you imagine handing that down? Like if Mick Jagger has a son. Like, okay, I'm too old now, your turn. I don't know if that would work.
No, there's a famous P. Diddy. P. Diddy was in the news a couple of years ago, and he had given his son for his 16th birthday a $360,000 Maybach car. And I ended up writing an article about if that's a family business, you're basically destroying the next generation by entitling them. I'm not telling people how to raise their kids, and I'm certainly not going to tell P. Diddy how to raise his kid, but that's one of the issues of the family business is overpaying them, promoting them too quickly, giving them things that they don't deserve that you wouldn't give other non-family members.
Good point.
The fact of the matter is, you got to start at the bottom.
Good point. Yeah, that's got to be hard. That's got to be real discipline, doesn't it? Is that one of the things you are encouraging people to do in the book?
Absolutely. That's one of the critical fundamental things of bringing in the next generation is they need to spend some time at the bottom learning, hey, this business is not all about glamour and glory and numbers and, all the exciting executive stuff. There's the grassroots work that has to be done. And you gain the respect of the other employees in the business, which is critical as you go forward in the business. And
that was one of the stories that came out when Ron Howard made the movie The Grinch. He had two twin daughters, and he told the one twin daughter that if she doesn't keep her grades up and doesn't do well in school, she won't be in the movie. And then all of a sudden she was not in the movie because he really held to his convictions. And you'd think something of that magnitude, he would have just glanced over and said, well, no, okay, you can be in this movie because it's going to be fun, but he didn't allow her to be in the movie. Right. You gotta parenting translates into family and into business. Okay. You gotta stick to your words.
in your case with Olin Mills, as large as it was, there must have been a lot of non-family. Like Robin and I, we're not part of the family. I mean, in a symbolic way, I guess we are, but we're not. And in Olin Mills, it was even bigger. So you must have had. So what would you say? Let's say you're the father, you're the guy who started the whole thing, and your son is not quite as good as that guy you hired, who's not related to you at all. I mean, do you promote that guy over your son?
Yes, you do. You do. The goal is to find the best fit for your children in the business. Like I mentioned earlier, you're a family member. You're part of the business. You're part of the ownership. The children the owners of family businesses, their children will probably one day become owners. That doesn't mean that they are inherently cut out to run the business or run the business well or to rise to the top of the organization. I know of one family business where the son-in-law is running the business. It's the daughter got married, and he's running the business. The son is kind of a mid-level sales manager, and the other son works on the factory floor. The two sons, they're all owners.
Really?
They're all owners of the business, but everybody's doing what they're capable of doing, and the company does very well, right? You promote your son or daughter up to a level where they're not competent, look what happens. They fail, the business fails, your retirement fails, the self-esteem of your family falls apart. So it's just not a good thing to do. Not easy.
You had written an article, and you were quoted as saying, "Sink or swim: How lessons from the Titanic can save your family business."
Right.
How do you equate that?
Oh, well, that's written by a good friend of mine, and I was kind of working with him on that. The Titanic, a lot of people don't realize, they thought it was this massive, beautiful, unsinkable ship. In reality, there was a myriad of construction issues, personnel issues, leadership issues that went on with Titanic that brought about its demise. There's so many things that could have been done, many small little things that would have prevented that catastrophe. That is correlated to family businesses. If you don't do all of these small little things, plan ahead, do it right, have leadership, have good teamwork, plan ahead, so on and so forth, the same thing will happen to a family business. But if you do plan ahead and you do work as a team, there's no reason you shouldn't have an unsinkable family business, so to speak.
Talk about the franchises where let's use McDonald's as an example. So let's say the family owns that particular restaurant, but obviously they don't own McDonald's. So the family, the head of that restaurant actually has somebody to answer to above him. Is that a different circumstance than the pure family business?
No, it's not different at all, really, Larry. I know of a family business that's a Wendy's franchise. There's the father and the son is coming up the ranks, and they have to adhere to the Wendy's, philosophy and franchising parameters and so on and so forth. But they own, 30 or 40 of these things, and the son is coming up the ranks, and the question is, do you really want to take this thing over, and are you really capable? Because if you are, we need somebody to take this thing over and run it successfully into the future, and maybe that's you. So there is no difference. Everybody has to adhere to regulations of the industry, just like anybody else.
I don't know if this is going to be a difficult question or not, Henry, but just with the business that you grew up in, the Olin Mills business, because you have that background, when you did the research for the book, Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business, did you realize something needed to be in the book that made you think, gosh, I wish this book had been around back when I first was at some point in your life?
There is one big piece that's very interesting that did happen to our family business, that happens to many family businesses, and this is the revelation. There are people that are in the family that are owners of the business, but they are not working in the business. What do you do about them? How do you bring them into the fold? What do we need? What do we need to consider on their part? Because they're owners. They're owners of this thing, but they don't know anything about the business. They want to know about it. It's a financial investment for them, and so on and so forth. That is something that I wish we knew more about. because my mother and my aunts were owners but did not work in the business, and my uncles were owners and they did work in the business. We got through all of that, but that's one of the minefields that family businesses go through, is how do we deal with the family members who are owners but don't work here, don't know how to run the business, but they want to give input, and they want to have their financial rewards with the business as well.
Let me ask about contracts. A lot of times in businesses, there are contracts between the different elements in the business. The employer might have a contract with an employee, et cetera. In a family, it's almost like you're insulting me by asking me to sign a contract. How do you handle that part? Do you just do it the same way and tell everybody to grow up, or what?
Well, in family, actually, the contracts that get written in a family business that are critically important are buy-sell agreements. When you're in business with your siblings, it may not always work out. It doesn't work out with a bunch of partners. You need to have a buy-sell agreement, which basically says this. If at some point in time you decide that you really don't want to be here for some reason, we have already talked about creating an exit plan and a door and a financial scenario where that can all work out.
Oh, really?
We've already set that beforehand. Absolutely. But here's the really fascinating thing. If you have the buy-sell, if that door is there for you to exit, 9 times out of 10, you don't exercise that right because you know that you're welcome to leave at any time. So you try to make it work. If the door is not created and the door is not there and things are not going well, then that creates a lot of friction because there is no way out. It's kind of like you're forced into the relationship.
That is kind of an interesting thing, yeah. I can't imagine, let's say there's 4 people in the family. The 4 of you own the business, and therefore you're entitled to sell your 25% if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. So now you sell your 25% to Joe, unrelated guy, right?
Yeah, right.
and Joe, unrelated guy, now is 25% owner, and you have your money and you're doing whatever you want with it. Now all of a sudden the business takes off. How do you get it back? How do you're done? You're out of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 pieces there. Number one, nobody in their right mind wants 25% of a privately held business because you have no control and you may get no financial reward from that. But probably before that, more importantly, is part of the buy-sell. We don't want family members selling to non-family members because now we're in business with people that we don't know and so on and so forth. But interestingly, you raise a very interesting point. The Koch brothers, there's 3 of them, and the 3 of them were in business together, and they are worth billions of dollars. And 2 of them got together and said to the third, hey, listen, we want to buy you out. We have plans to take this thing in a different direction. Well, let's get a valuation. We'll give you a fair market value, and let's part ways. They did that. The 2 Koch brothers went and doubled and tripled the size of Koch Industries after the brother left. Well, guess what? The brother was upset. He said, hey, you guys tricked me, and you guys had this plan all along, and you cheated me out of my money. They went to court, and the judge said, no, you're being greedy. They bought you out for a fair price. They took it in a different direction. They took a risk. They succeeded, and case dismissed.
Oh, wow. And he didn't have to sell either. He didn't have to.
Yeah.
So what about... we're almost out of time in the book. I have a copy. Let me offer it to our listeners. Call me if you want the copy, and we'll give you information on how to buy it in just a second. The number 622-9622. You can have Henry Hutcheson's book, Dirty Little Secrets of Family Business, the one that I have. But real quickly, what about tomorrow? Tomorrow you're all together for Thanksgiving. What's the advice? You don't talk about it at all, or you allow it to come up?
That's a very good point. Thanksgiving is the bellwether mark of a healthy family, whether you're healthy or not. Do Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a family time. Talk about family stuff. Enjoy each other's company. But at the end of the day, when things are winding down, there's no reason why you can't have some of these backroom conversations about, hey, Dad, what's our 5-year plan? What are we thinking about these big issues? It's kind of strategic. Time for some big, broad-thinking, strategic conversations.
Wow.
Not nitty-gritty, but long-term thinking, which is a big deal with family businesses, long-term thinking.
Henry, thank you for being on the air with us. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving yourself. We've got 30 seconds. Give us a website and other ways we can buy the book.
Sure, you can get it on Amazon. I'm proud to state that it came within the top 1% of Amazon book sales last week, so we're excited about that. But we have our own website, dirtylittlesecretsofFamilyBusiness.com. And, of course, there's FamilyBusinessUSA.com, which is our company. So
all right.
Please reach out. If somebody needs some help, we're here to help people.
Henry, thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Protesters out for a second night in Ferguson, Missouri, while frustrated business owners trying to pick up the pieces.
Governor Nixon was not there for us. He promised this would not happen again in August, and it happened again.
There was destruction again by people angry over the grand jury decision not to indict the white officer who killed the black teen.
Most of the action last night centered around the Ferguson Police Department and City Hall, where windows were smashed out and where a police car was flipped over and set on fire. But it was a strong showing last night of the National Guard that made for a less destructive night.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manassa. There were also protests, mostly peaceful, across the country. Hundreds of flights canceled as a storm takes aim at the East Coast. AAA had forecast this would be the busiest Thanksgiving weekend for air travel in 7 years, and first-time jobless claims for last week topping 300,000. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I can't wait to give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me? Nah.
Get $100 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid November 23rd through December 1st. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
Honey, I had a premonition about Black Friday.
Let me guess. Long lines and tons of people.
Nope. I saw great deals at Staples.
Were you on Staples.com when you had this vision?
I don't recall, but it was clear as day. Blowout prices on laptops and headphones. You got me a tablet.
Did I?
Yeah, we were in, out, and home in time to have breakfast in bed.
You saw all that.
You made omelets.
Omelets.
Have a stress-free Black Friday at Staples. Go to staples.com for deals and coupons good on the hottest tech gifts all week long. Less stress, more savings. Staples.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
You've got got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
The 59th Annual Ocala Christmas Parade is Saturday, December 13th.
And WOCA will be broadcasting live play-by-play
and color commentary
streetside from Life South Community Blood Center on Silver Springs Boulevard.
This year, the theme is Home for the Holidays.
And we'll be celebrating our home, Ocala.
As on-air personalities you hear every day on The Source,
usher in the holiday season with this award-winning parade.
The parade begins at 5:30 p.m.
So tune in and stop by to say hello to your friends.
From WOCA, The Source. Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
This year, thanks to the efforts of the Bad Gift Givers Anonymous Association for the Givers of Bad Gifts, better known as the BGGA, the ratio of bad gift giving has been drastically reduced since our last commercial. But there is still much work to be done, and we need your help. Ties and sweaters just won't do this year. Join the thousands, nay, hundreds of thousands of smart people who said enough is enough and went to Ocala Aviation, where they purchased the gift above all other gifts, the present that soars above all other presents, the one that makes your friends jealous that they didn't think of it first. That's right, I'm talking about a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Whatever bad gift you were thinking of, stop. We're here to help. Let us convert that bad idea into a great one. For only $99, you can give the gift of flight, a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Call today. It's not too late. 861-7484. That's 861-7484.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
trunk.
And
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. A safe boating is no accident. A flood watch is in effect until noon. Cloudy this morning with periods of rain and some thunder. Watch for localized flooding. Mostly cloudy, windy, and turning cooler this afternoon with a high between 68 in the north to 74 in the south. Clearing and colder tonight, low 38 at a few inland spots, 45 at the coast. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, will be mostly sunny with highs in the 60s to near 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All All right, 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving. How many of you are taking the day off, or took the day off, or just relaxing? Or maybe you are at work, but it's not the same as a normal work day, right?
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
A lot of people. There's a lot of traffic out there, from what I understand. So if you are driving, you don't need me to tell you to be careful. Our guest has not called in, and so I wanted to talk to you about something. Friday is Black Friday. Monday is considered Cyber Monday. And I was trying to figure out if there really are some big differences in the deals. And it depends on the store. For example, Jerry's Pawn and Gun, and we'll be speaking to Brianna in just a little bit, but they've really got some amazing deals. And we're going there on Friday, but I wanted to let the listeners know that if you've never considered going to a pawn shop for gifts because you had the wrong idea that all they sell is guns and maybe guns aren't on your gift giving list or something like that, they have a lot of guns. So that is true. But they've got a lot of other stuff. I shouldn't be doing this because we really should do it as an ad for them. But so let me just group them into some of the others. That is true for some of the other stores too. Here at the Paddock Mall, we've got some stores. If you browse through the stores, you will find that what you thought the store specialized in, whether it's clothing or jewelry, often has something else, and you thought, oh gosh, I would have never thought to come here for that. Yeah, whatever that thing may be. And you, how do you figure out who wants what? There are all kinds of sales. The electronic stuff is always confusing to me. Not that it's confusing what it does. It's pretty much set in stone. But I'm always confused. Did somebody on my gift receiving list get this for themselves already? Or is it something they would use? It's like when the Kindle and the what's the other one?
The Nook.
The Nook, when they first came out. I really didn't know whether anybody on my list would want a device to read a book. Because really, wouldn't you just rather have the book? Well, now I've learned that no, a lot of people prefer this device over a real book. But guess what? They all bought one before I ever got them a gift. So
yeah, right.
It's one of those things. I remember the year these were really, I guess they're still really popular. But I remember when they first came out, I wanted to get one for somebody. I won't say who. And I asked. I said, "Oh, would she like this?" And she's got one already.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought it was a great idea. Oh, really? And this is
a great idea.
But this is the problem with being behind the times.
Yeah.
Because I find out about something electronic. And, wow, that is so cool. You mean they make something that you can that's called a computer?
Yeah, right.
So Friday is Black Friday. Tomorrow, just for those who don't know, the Paddock Mall is open Thanksgiving evening at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
There will be lines at the doors waiting for them to open. Well, I can't really be psychic in that way. I'm just telling you what happened last year.
Yeah.
Last year that happened.
Yeah.
There were lines here at the entrance we broadcast from, and there were lines at the other entrances. 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Stayed open. The mall stays open till 1 a.m. on Friday morning, right?
Yep.
Some of the stores will be open all night. I don't know which ones, and I'm not even sure if any of them are, but I bet there are.
Oh, probably.
Right?
I would imagine they'll have their marathon.
And the only other thing I wanted to make sure we mentioned,
marathon.
the only other thing I want to mention is in 2 weeks, after this Thanksgiving thing is over, 2 weeks from Saturday, is the Ocala Christmas Parade.
Yep, the second Saturday of December now. They moved it 2 years ago from the first Saturday to the second
4 years ago. They moved it in 2010.
4 years ago.
I think,
okay,
I think
yeah.
So. But the parade starts at 5:30. If you're new to the area and you don't already know, it is a really well done parade. The Friends of the Christmas Parade Incorporated is the group of people that put this on, and we thank them for this because it is wonderful. We have the city of Ocala to thank for so many things downtown, including Light Up Ocala, which was last Saturday.
Yes.
We have the Ocala JCs. They put on a wonderful 4th of July party for all of us called God and Country Day. They do it every year, and that's always something we thank them for. They also put on that wonderful haunted house thing to raise money for the children.
Yep.
And the Friends of the Christmas Parade is the group of people whom I don't know any of them by face. It's like this mysterious group.
Yeah, they just took over like 4 years ago.
It's like the Bilderbergs or something.
It used to be through the Chamber of Commerce.
I know, but now it's the Friends of the. I don't know any of them. I don't think, unless some of the people I know are members of that. But anyway, whoever they are, whoever you are, if you're listening, thank you for putting on this parade. It's 2 weeks from Saturday. If you get a chance, come and say hi. We'll be broadcasting from Life South.
Yep.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back with Brianna.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. A safe boating is no accident. A flood watch is in effect until noon. Cloudy this morning with periods of rain and some thunder. Watch for localized flooding. Mostly cloudy, windy, and turning cooler this afternoon with a high between 68 in the north to 74 in the south. Clearing and colder tonight, low 38 at a few inland spots, 45 at the coast. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, will be mostly sunny with highs in the 60s to near 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Experience Christmas at Gaylord Palms, November 15th through January 4th with Ice, featuring the Nutcracker. Relive your favorite scenes from the classic ballet, hand-carved in more than 2 million pounds of ice sculptures and slides. Enjoy a special bonus area, the Frostbite Factory, and watch artisans from Harbin, China carve amazing ice sculptures before your eyes. Your awe-inspiring experience concludes with the wonder of the Nativity in Ice. For tickets and packages, visit christmas@gaylordpalms.com.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's a little overcast. The temperatures are dropping. It was 52 degrees last time I looked, like a half hour ago. Now it is 50 degrees. Let me refresh it, see if it changed at all. Yeah, still 50 degrees out there. So temperatures dropping into the lower 40s tonight.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
Oh, wow. And then the upper 30s tomorrow night. So some cool temperatures for today and tomorrow. And, of course, Black Friday is Friday, where it's expected to be cool again. I read this report. It has nothing to do with the weather. It has to do with the background checks for people buying guns. There will be, across the country, what is this? Brianna will know the answer to this. But
yes.
there's someplace they connect to, I guess, on the internet to do a quick background check or something. Whatever service that is, 2 background checks per second are expected on Black Friday.
Wow.
That's how many people are going to be buying guns on Friday.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Brianna is on the phone from Jerry's Pawn and Gun. We always love talking to Brianna, and there's a lot of guns over there, but there's lots of other stuff, too. Good morning, Brianna.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. How are you guys?
Pretty good. You have a good day off?
I did. It was very relaxing. It was good. I got to spend time with my son.
Isn't that the best? That's what it's all about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but now you got this big workload ahead of you between now and and whenever it all ends.
Yep. Today, getting ready for Friday. You're right.
So what is the background check that I was trying to talk about? There's some kind of an automated thing or something. How do you do that?
Well, there is an online way of doing it, but we typically still call them in here. It will be crazy hectic, just like you said, come Friday, and even in through December. It typically will be on hold. We'll be waiting a while for a call-in to go through. Sometimes they'll get through quick. Other times there'll be a wait. So the online thing is so you don't have to wait on the phone. I think we're set up for that. We just haven't done it yet.
Really? What is the percentage of people who get turned down?
Well, there's two different ways of being turned down. Either there's a delay, which means they need a little more time to check your background, make sure you are who you are. There's no identity theft. Maybe a red flag came up and they want to make sure you're clear. And then there's another kind of turn down, means they know you're not good. You can't have a firearm.
Really?
Do not let him leave the store with it. So there's two ways of doing that. And the one that gets a delay just means they need a little more time. They could call back in 10 minutes, or they have up to, I believe it's 3 business days to call us back with a reply.
Really? So do you ever get the guy that you just don't want to tell? You get Kevin to come out. Hey, would you tell him he's turned down, please?
No, they usually look to me for that.
Oh, they do?
Like, great.
What's the matter with those guys?
Well, because she's beautiful.
Okay.
You mean, or Otto? It's, you need one of those guys to come out. Come on, you're turned down. Get out of here.
She'd rather be turned down by a
me or
pretty
Mark.
lady.
Wait.
They're like, you want to do this? You want to go out there and tell him he can't have the gun? I'm like, oh, thank
I could do this. Wait a minute. I could do this.
Yes, you could.
I could just be on standby. How long could it'll take me? 15 minutes to get there. You just got to call me up to say, Larry, we need you to tell somebody they've been turned down. Okay, I'll be right over there. Okay, and then I'll be looking in my rearview mirror to make sure I got the mean face. And then I'll walk in there and I'll say, where is Brianna? And then she's in the back with that guy. Okay, sir, you turned down. Get out of here.
Go scare him away.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
Don't come back unless you want to buy a necklace. Then you don't need you can buy a necklace if you want.
That's right. Yeah.
I think I have another calling, Robin. I could be a bouncer for the gun department.
For the gun department is serious.
A bouncer for the turned down, disgruntled.
Aw.
But most people
I'll keep you on standby. I'll put your phone number on the computer back there, and you'll be on standby.
just don't tell him I don't actually have a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, just no, he doesn't actually have a gun. He's just a big guy. That's all. We have a phone call, Brianna. Good morning. You're on the air with Brianna.
Good morning, Brianna. Wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I'd like to also say from the last time I spoke to you that you also customize jewelry. In other words, I had a bracelet that was too big for my wife, and you had that brilliant idea of taking the one jeweled link out and making a pendant out of it. And
that is a good idea.
That way the bracelet is 100% satisfactory all the way around. Plus, you got a pendant out of the whole deal.
That matches.
And yeah,
a pendant that matches. Yeah,
that's right.
That is a great idea.
It is.
Aww,
it is. That was all
thank you,
Brianna.
Sonny.
So she not only has, all kinds of jewelry. She has new jewelry also that she can get a hold of. So I mean, why go to the expensive stores when you can go to Jerry's Pawn and buy just as beautiful as stuff, maybe stuff that you wouldn't see or you don't see in the regular stores. That's the only other thing I'd like to add to that. And thanks again, WOCA. Thank you, Jerry's Pawn. And thank you, Brianna. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
There you go, Sonny. That's wonderful. Wow.
You,
I think you did our job better than us. Yeah, thank you. That was great.
Same to you. Thank you very much. That was very sweet.
So who do you get the extra link from when you have to make one bigger from me? Like if I say, it's not fitting, I got to get an extra link from somebody. Let me call up that lady I took one out for.
Oh, no, I can make it work.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can make it work.
Will there be some people coming in today, and they'll be doing a preview on what you have inside your store, and then on Friday they'll come zooming in there to purchase the stuff?
I think we've already had a couple of those this morning.
Really? Those are smart.
What's your sale going to be Friday, and that kind of stuff.
Oh my!
So I'm pretty for sure that's what they're doing already.
That is too smart. How come I didn't think of that? All the good stuff might be gone already.
Well, it depends. It depends if you want to go ahead and get it now, or.
Do you still have camouflage underwear? You still have that?
No.
No? Okay. I don't mean you personally. I mean Jerry. Does Jerry have
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
I just thought it'd be a fun gift. Well, we're coming in Friday. Rob and I will be there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
After we get off the air.
What do we have to do Friday? We have this at the radio.
And then we have the mall for Christmas.
That's right. We were singing at the mall.
Yeah.
Do you know what we got, Brianna? We got fake mistletoe.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to hang it from a big, long candy cane.
Aww.
And we're going to be in the mall singing with the guitar. And then we're going to, when we see a couple, because I don't want to do it over strangers. Well, they're all strangers, but I mean, I want the person who kisses the person to know the person.
Sure, like a couple, yeah.
Right. So we're going to hang it over one of their heads just to kind of have fun with. Nobody does the mistletoe thing anymore, right?
No.
That'll be cute.
By the way, we were thinking of calling you because first our idea was to get real mistletoe, and it's way up in this tree. And and so we're looking at it, and we're thinking, well, the ladder won't do it. We got to get a gun. We shoot it down.
Yeah.
Well, we don't. So we thought, well, Brianna's got a gun. I wonder if she would come over here
and shoot it down.
and shoot the mistletoe down.
Oh my goodness.
Do you sell a lot of bow and arrows and targets for Christmas?
We do have bows here. We have used bows here. Not so much a lot of Target stuff. See, across the street is the archery shop, so we're mainly the used bows here.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit of accessories.
I'm a used bow. I don't think anybody wants this bow anymore, but hold on. The phone, you're getting calls. See, we should. It's hard to talk to you this time of the morning usually, but we had an open spot today, so this is a good spot.
Awesome.
Good morning. You're on the air with Brianna over at Jerry's Pawn and Gun, in case you didn't realize.
Okay, how you doing, guys? And hello, Brianna. I guess you're going to be shut down for Thanksgiving, which is good. On Friday, I'm going to be shopping with my stepson. He's looking for a space heater. Would you have anything like that in the store?
Let me take a look real quick. Normally we do. I don't see one at the moment, so I don't have one right now.
Okay. I have an idea for mistletoe. If you can't get hold of me, a nice chunk of broccoli would always work too.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Have a good Thanksgiving, kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
You too.
So will people be able to come in on Friday, say they don't have a lot of cash with them, but they have like maybe a piece of jewelry that they could just pawn for a while to get some cash so they can buy some gifts from you?
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. If anybody needs to borrow some money, even trade or just want to sell, you can bring whatever you have in, whether it be jewelry, guns, tools. We take a little bit of everything, antiques, clocks. And two, you can call and see if we take something before you lug it all the way down here. But we would be happy to help you out and see what we can get you money-wise. And if you want to do a trade, it saves you the taxes on what you're purchasing. And we'll have sales and deals on anything anyway, so it'll be a good trade-off.
Excellent. So go to the two gentlemen just called. We're testament to the satisfied customers that you have over there.
Awesome.
Do you know at Light Up Ocala we were set up next to Brewster's ice cream stand, and they had this little Honda generator, and we really didn't have electricity, so they allowed us to plug into them, which was very nice.
Oh.
And I said to Joe, Brianna said they have a Honda generator over there. Was I telling him the truth, or did I remember wrong?
No, I'm pretty for sure I do. That day I talked to you, I'll have to check.
Yeah, it might be gone by now.
Yeah,
it's a possibility, but
But they're so quiet. That was nice.
Yes, they're very quiet.
How much is that? Do you know? I mean, they're all different, I guess.
They're different depending on the size.
Okay. That is a great idea, too.
Yeah.
Great idea. We have 2 minutes left before we have to say goodbye, so let's give out the information. For those of you who've never gone to Jerry's Pawn and Gun, you got to get over there. This is a pawn shop like none other.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess first and foremost is the staff is outstanding. Brianna is one example, but everybody's really nice over there.
Yes.
And then the merchandise is I guess second in line. But of course, that's the reason you go in the first place, isn't it? And it's so diverse. It is more than you realize. It's bright. It's plentiful. And Friday you got specials on top of specials.
Yes, all throughout the store. Everything's going to be on sale.
So with that said, let's tell them how to get to where you are. Where are you?
Okay, we're located on Highway 441 in Northwest 8th Street in Ocala, just north of 40 but south of 27.
And what's your phone number?
Phone number is 622-3780, and you can also look on jerrysonline.com and get a sneak preview of some of the sales.
Some of the sales, but trust me, this is just a very, very small sum of the sales. I've been looking at your site, yeah. I keep looking at that Ruger thinking, I don't know, my finger's too big for that hole. That hole where the trigger is, I think, I don't know. I like this one, the M&P 1522. That looks like something you would use in a war. So I will never load it.
Oh, that's your tactical, like, target shooting gun.
I know, but I would just use it when I come over there to tell the guy he was turned down.
Yeah.
You were turned down. Get out of here before I have to use this thing. We'll see you on Friday. We'll see you on Friday.
We look forward to it.
Thank you, Brianna. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala. This is The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The number of National Guard tripled in Ferguson, Missouri last night, which still saw some violence from protesters furious over the Michael Brown decision.
The arrest leading to 3 police chases through suburban St. Louis, some guns confiscated, 45 people arrested.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso in St. Louis. Meanwhile, Officer Darren Wilson speaking out, telling ABC News' George Stephanopoulos he thought that Michael Brown was going to kill him.
As you know, some of the eyewitnesses have said at that moment when he turned around and put his hands up.
That would be incorrect.
No way?
No way.
Protests elsewhere across the country, including Minneapolis, where protesters blocking traffic were hit by a car yesterday afternoon. That incident under investigation. And first-time jobless claims for last week topping 300,000 for the first time in almost 3 months. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I can't wait to give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me? Nah.
Get $100 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid November 23rd through December 1st. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
Honey, I had a premonition about Black Friday.
Let me guess. Long lines and tons of people.
Nope. I saw great deals at Staples.
Were you on Staples.com when you had this vision?
I don't recall, but it was clear as day. Blowout prices on laptops and headphones. You got me a tablet.
Did I?
Yeah, we were in, out, and home in time to have breakfast in bed.
You saw all that.
You made omelets.
Omelets.
Have a stress-free Black Friday at Staples. Go to Staples.com for deals and coupons good on the hottest tech gifts all week long. Less stress, more savings. Staples.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, filling in for Randall Wiseman, I'm Mike D. Adama, formerly known as Manna in the U.S., is a down-to-earth company. Here's Dave Downing, brand leader, with more on Adama.
Adama, first of all, is a global crop protection company. In fact, we're one of the leading agrochemical firms in the world today with a portfolio second to none. We formerly were known as Manna in the U.S. and multiple other names around the globe. So in January of this year, we transitioned to a common brand name of Adama and a strategic business concept as well around the globe.
How did you come up with the name Adama?
Adama means in Hebrew from the earth or Mother Earth, and it represents our commitment to agriculture.
Dave also tells us about the diamond product and its expansion.